all packed up and ready to go. Thanks so much for all the positive feedback for episode 1. Looking a little bit overcast today, but high hopes. We're approaching the entrance to the campsite here. Apparently it's a working farm and it takes mobiles, camper vans, tents, and I believe there's a couple of permanent residents outside of the owners. Something a little strange here. We've got this car reversing. Wonder how long they're going to reverse for. Yep, still reversing. Big long driveway this. Okay, I'm sure there was easier ways and there was enough room for 2 cars to pass. Okay. Quite sure where to go, so I don't know if that's a reception. Well, it looks like some tents up here, so mosey up here. Hopefully that's the shower block and stuff in there. Well, I've chosen this spot. As far as I can tell, that's north, south, and that would be east, and then west this way. So hopefully we shall get all around sunshine. But Lemmy's caged there because there is another dog up there, and just in case I need to keep him secure, up in there. Now I'm sure you don't want to see me. There he is. You have to be good now, Lem, okay? Alright. You want to come over for a little walk? Uh-oh, there's a dog poo here. Thanks for finding that for me, Lem. Now what do? We remove the dog poo or move the tent pitch? I think we'll have to move the dog poo. Now, I'm sure you don't want to see me cleaning up a dog poo and pitching a tent. So, well, as you can see, the tent is mostly up. However, it's starting to rain, so I'm going to finish the interior decorating later. I think I might head down the shops, see what we have. So here's the view from the tent. Not too bad. A few things over there. Yeah, quite happy with this pitch. Still got a bit of work to do inside. Just seemed that the tent didn't go up so easy today. I don't know if I did a step wrong or if because it was a bit of a wind. I found a bit of a breach in the tent. Here we go. It's a bit of an odd shape. I don't know how that happened. So what I'm going to do is patch it up for now with a little bit of gaffer tape. There we go. Good colour. Voila! Hopefully that will hold. I got these in Portugal. People use them for holding their towels onto the, the lilo, the deck chair things. So, the cooking's going to be a little bit lazy tonight because a couple of reasons. I've been doing a lot of very elaborate barbecuing at home. I do have the barbecue with me and I've got various methods of cooking. I've got my little fisherman stove, But I've been hankering for a pizza, so I thought this one looked quite good. You know, looks okay. Got a salad, nice looking salad to go with it. And there's actually a half decent looking camper's kitchen here. So with a full oven, so I'm going to give it a go. I had to get a token from the house to use the cooker. Half an hour for €2, that's pretty okay. Certainly do my pizza anyway. Lemmy's hiding in the corner as he does. You're hiding in a corner, Lemmy? Are you? Are you? So here's my meal. Got my pizza done in the oven. I got my salad. And a very kind lady who's camping down the way said that her husband had done a big barbecue. And he's a chef and there was lots of excess, so I could help myself. I took a sweet corn and I took some veggies to put on top of my pizza. And Lemmy got a couple of a sausage and a white bud. So thank you very much, lady. Very kind of you. It's a bit rainy, so I'm hanging out in the tent, which is very nice. Although you can see the sun just breaking through there, so we might get a nice walk in this evening. Really coming down now. Well, night has fallen, so I'm going to get an early night. As I tend to do when camping. Should be a lovely moon tonight, but I don't want to wait up for it. I've seen it past couple of nights. That sounds terrible. I've seen it, it's rubbish. Not like that, I'm just tired. So, and I have big plans for tomorrow. So night night everybody. Well, good morning everybody. A little bit dull this morning, but I'm confident it's going to pick up a bit later on. So I'm going to make my morning coffee. Go on, you can do it. I wonder what kind of a butterfly you'd hatch into. Hopefully a butterfly. He stopped because I'm close. Okay. This is a fantastic common space. So we've cleaned up after coffee and brekkie. We're heading now off to Heywood Gardens, which is about a half-hour drive away. And to the reason why I came here was to visit the Balinakill outdoor swimming pool. So I've got a session booked in there for 3:30. It's absolutely scorcho at the moment, so hopefully it stays like that. Check in with you when we get there. I just love the name of this town. It's called the Swan, and nearby is Wolf's Hill and Spink. So here we are at Heywood Gardens. Unfortunately, Heywood House no longer stands. It was destroyed by fire as recently as the 1950s. I'm not anticipating any off the beaten track type paths here, so I just wore my runners. The park here was created in the late 1700s by Frederick Trench after he built Heywood House. There is a smaller garden within this which was designed by Sir Edwin Lutyens and Gertrude Jekyll. This particular part here is a shrine to Saint Bernadette and Our Lady of Lourdes, so I'm not sure if that has something to do with Frederick Trench or the Silesian Brotherhood, who subsequently purchased the land back in 1941. This is the obelisk, and there are many follies in this park, as we will see as we go along. We're heading for Claude's Seat. I'm not sure what this is, but I'm sure we'll come to it. Looks very exciting. Could be the mock castle. We're approaching a very interesting looking bridge. Let's check it out. Come on, Lem. We'll let you off for a second. You go and investigate, okay? You go investigate, boy. No? Okay. Right, so we've got like kind of circular. Maybe if I read up, we'll discover what they are. I'm sure he knows what's best for him to drink. Wow. Doesn't look like Ireland at all. We're approaching Claude's Seat, which apparently was inspired by 17th century artist Claude Lorraine and is touted as a lovely place to sit and enjoy. Come and sit down, huh? Which we're going to do. So now we're up at the place that we saw from down there, across the river or lake. I think it's a lake. And this is the Lutyens Gardens. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I've always thought it to be Lutyens. I've known that name as a designer for a long time because I've often come across Lutyens style benches, you know, in those gardening decor type magazines. could have sworn I just passed Rowan Atkinson back there. Really looked like him. I did say hello, and he nodded back, smiling. But could it be? Couldn't be. Now there they are. That's what I've always known as a lutein's bench. So it seems I'm not so uncivilized. Now how do we get out of here? Who could resist going up here to see this? Sneak you off the lead limb. I wonder where that goes. Oh. How do you get in? You don't, I suppose. Right. Hopefully this brings us back to the car park. That looks like it was once something. So this is the cemetery. Is it grave? Here's the graves of the Silesians over here. They all look very pristine. Orderly. I suppose in keeping with the order. Balinakill swimming pool and playground. I wasn't expecting to come across this here. I'm not going to film it from inside because that would be a bit pedo and speedos, so I'll just give you a good wide shot of it here, but this is where I'm going after. Well, Balinakill looks a bit dead, to be honest. Even the place that was kind of advertised as being open for coffee, killed. Looking good for my swim. Sun's coming out. Well, I've had my swim. It was absolutely wonderful. Great to see an outdoor pool in Ireland because they just don't seem as plentiful as they used to be when I was growing up. But then again, back then the summers were certainly more consistently warm. Yes, I said warm, you heard me. All the ones that were near me now are either apartments or restaurants, stuff like that. So had to come to the Midlands to find one. Highly recommended. I definitely wouldn't film in there though because it just doesn't seem right. But wonderful, wonderful spot. wonderful area around it. Beautiful. I just want to show you these solar panels. I'm presuming that they power the pool or heat the pool. Though it didn't seem that warm, I have to say. Probably don't have the heat on today. Yeah, they're nice and discreet. They're not taking up too much land or agriculture land or anything, so good job. I'm a bit peckish after my swim and my walk. Camp is about 40 minutes away, plus a stopover at the supermarket. Well, it could be a while. So I'm having a little debate with myself whether I might actually go for food somewhere. Although I was kind of looking forward to doing a bit of camp cooking. We shall see. I was not expecting to see this. A round tower. Wow. Timahoe. Timahoe Round Tower was built around the 12th century, and St. Mokua's Monastery, haven't heard of him I have to admit, was established around 600 AD. There was a Church of Ireland church built there in the 18th century and rebuilt in the 19th century, which would have been the church that we saw on the way in. So I'm not quite sure what ruins these are because they don't really look like medieval ruins, so I'm not sure if we can attribute them to St. Mokua and his monastery. The boys have gone and left the robot mower to do his own thing. Come on, little lad. Don't be shy, I'm not going to hurt you. In fact, I bow to you, AI overlord. Just in case. Okay then, ta-ra. Apparently there's crayfish in the stream here. It seems like Timahoe is getting ready for a tractor rally. Some very interesting looking machines here. I'd love to stick around for it, but you know, time to push on and get back to camp. The crows are, I don't know, there's a word for that, I might have to look it up. Flocking, or I don't know, I think there's some more specific word for what they do in the evening. Well, I decided to do some camp cooking and I got my little fisherman stove out, and here I am using some fat wood to help light the fire. I've got cotton wool in there, some sticks, but the fat wood really helps take the spark. So there we are, fire and steel. How bushcrafty. Let's see if it lights up quickly. And in this case, is she gonna do it? Yes, it does. Happy with that. It's only a tiny stove, but it's brilliant. Are you happy, girl? Good. So I've got these quick cook marinated chicken fillets here. This is going to be a lot of food, so it's probably going to be a couple of meals. I think I'll just throw the veg in as well. There we go. That's my dinner sizzling, but it's actually too dark to film now. I'm going for my chicken and vegetable thing with some smashed avocado. Dark. I finished my din and it was gorgeous. So, night night everybody. Are you asleep on my bed? Are you? Where am I going to sleep then? Good morning, Lemmy. There's a pretty decent dog walking field in this campsite. It's kind of separated from the rest of the campsite, so I think it's absolutely ideal. It's even got a beehive. Lemmy likes it anyway. We're just heading back into the camping field now from the dog walking area. As you can see, it's separated from the camping fields, which is brilliant, I think. And we have another visitor, a very welcome visitor. All packed up now, ready to go, leave no trace. The hardest part's always fitting the tent back in the bag. But that's the third time I've broken down that tent now and it's gone fine. Right, so we're ready to leave, but who knows, there might be another adventure in store. Well, on the way back we discovered this castle at Clonmore. It's an Anglo-Norman castle, believed to have been built in the 12th century, but the earliest record of it is 1332 from Sir Anthony de Lacy or Lucy, who apparently restored it. There's no record of it having been built. It's an absolutely amazing structure. And what I really love about it is that there's no official signs, there's no OPW, no, you can't come in here, no, this is that. And it's just a very, very peaceful place. Little seems to be known about the history of it. Was it actually peaceful in the past? I don't know, but we certainly enjoyed spending some time in here. And I think it's an amazing structure. And I really enjoyed being here. And on that note, I'd like to thank you all for watching. I'd like to thank everybody who gave me some feedback on the last video. Some of it was actually word of mouth rather than comments or anything like that. So I'm not going to ask you to like, subscribe, comment, all of that kind of thing, because I'm doing this because I want to do it. And I want to share my adventures. In fairness, this is only a small part of my adventures. I have plenty more. I enjoy creating the videos. And I really enjoy sharing what an amazing country Ireland is, as are all countries. But this is the one I happen to be here in at this moment in time. And I look forward to sharing some more content, some more adventures with you all. Thank you so much.